Bet this character's gonna go through a quick character arc. Called it! Before we hop into this review of Four Knights of the Apocalypse Chapter 2, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let's get into it. What's up, guys? I got the pencil here, and here we are to review Chapter 2 of Four Knights of the Apocalypse. And I was wrong. We are not, something tells me now in my blood, I can feel it. I can feel it for an actual factual. We are nowhere near meeting any of the other Four Knights. Unless these other people are supposed to be the Four Knights. And if they are, I mean, that's okay, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe I was expecting us to hop into the plot way quicker. That's just me coming off of Seven Deadly Sins and being like, plot here, plot now, give it to me. And, you know, I like plot. So I'm just going to be more patient because obviously we aren't meeting anyone else, or at least not any of the kids of the Seven Deadly Sins. I don't think we're meeting them anytime soon, despite how much I want to meet them very, very quickly, because obviously I want to know what happened to Lancelot. I want to know what Diane and King's kid looks like. I want to know what happened to Tristan. I want to know what happened to everyone. However, looks like I'm not getting that anytime soon, so I'm just going to have to hold that. But let's talk about the chapter itself. We open up with Percival descending all the way down from God's finger. And, you know, it's nice. I actually really, really like this, mainly because it just shows, like, Percival still is blown away by everything. And it shows how high God's finger was. It literally reached a far distance. It took Percival a whole 2 days to get down. And I still feel bad for him, because as quick as Gramps' character death was, it was impactful to Tristan, which is fine. So it's great to see that he's still affected by it, and it isn't something that's just going to fade into the background, especially since he's wearing his grandfather's outfit. And I don't know, for some reason this made me laugh a lot when he lands on a rock bird after slipping, and then he says the whole, "You saved me, Mr. Rock. As a token of my gratitude, I will never feast on your kind again." And the thing knocks him off, and he just says, "I'll eat you for that." I don't know. That's like, I feel like I've seen it before a lot. However, I don't know. It brought a smile to my face. I really enjoyed that. And also, we just get another testament to Percival's durability here, which makes me wonder even more, what is this kid? If he's still just a pure human, which is possible, though I'm thinking something completely different now, I'm wondering, well, where's all this durability coming from? He's like, I mean, I know he's 16, so reasonably he could be extremely strong. He was training with a holy knight for the duration of his entire life. But I don't know, like this insane durability, like falling off an entire mountain from midair in the free fall through trees, and taking all of 0 damage, it's impressive. And yeah, I just think it's cool. But then we meet this little fox guy. This fox guy has been on the cover of the Four Knights of the Apocalypse ever since chapter 1. So I'm guessing he's going to end up becoming Percival's friend. Like, he may be the Hawk of the series, except doesn't look like this one speaks, which I honestly would kind of prefer, because as okay as I am with Hawk as a character, I don't know. Sometimes I just wish he would shut up. So I'll take this little dog guy. We don't get a name for him. We just see Percival telling him about where he came from, and what he wants. Like, he wants to know if there's a village around, all that stuff like that. And the fox runs off, which honestly, considering what we see Percival do later, it's kind of impressive that the fox, like, manages to escape him at all. I know it's a lot smaller and probably more nimble, but geez, Percival is shown to be fast later in this chapter, so I'm kind of shocked that the fox managed to get away. However, it is a holy knight fueled fox, I guess, as we find out by the end of the chapter, so I guess it makes sense. And then we get to see this Cat's street troop, and these are characters that I'm not sure are, like, I'm not sure if they're gonna stick around or not. Like, are they gonna be just the filler characters until we reach, like, the other Four Knights of the Apocalypse? Are these people the other Four Knights? Because they all talk about wanting to be holy knights. Because we see all of them practicing. We see Katz with his weak fire abilities. We see Elba with her, I'm guessing, weak invisibility abilities, because I think that's her main ability. And then Donnie's just Donnie until he robs Tristan. Nope, not Tristan. Until he robs Percival. And, like, all this is fine. When I look at Elba, like, this is obviously me just noting character design similarities. When I look at Elba, I see a lot of Diane, mainly because of the pigtails, and then, like, use the little hair extensions on her face to make her look a bit different. And then when I look at Donnie, I mainly see a lot of Hauser for some reason. I think it's mainly because of the two things dropping down, and they look about the same age, and they have a lot of the same facial structure. I just think Donnie's face is, like, a bit sharper, and of course he has the longer hair. And I don't know, Cass doesn't necessarily remind me of anybody, which I guess is a good thing, because I guess I shouldn't really be relating characters like this. But yeah, I think they're all right designed characters. Their abilities are decent enough. I'm assuming they're gonna grow. Like, they all talk about being failed holy knights and stuff like that. So I could very easily see them coming around and actually becoming holy knights through like believing in Percival, and they get more powers from protecting each other. All that's really, really cool. We obviously see Donnie. He's not the nicest of guys. He levitates Percival into the air, takes his luggage, and keeps it moving. And I mean, when you got bills to pay, which I don't get why they have bills, considering the fact that they're literally just traveling around in a cart. I'm assuming they're talking about bills as in like meal bills and like in bills. But other than that, I think it's fine enough. Like, this is obviously just a setup for Donnie's little mini character arc within this chapter, and we see more of Percival's like superhuman ability. Donnie runs off in the cart with a horse, and he gets a relatively good distance away from Percival until Percival lands finally and just sprints the entire distance. He goes so fast and goes so hard that he literally runs in front of them, scares them, and Donnie gives the package back. He's like, you know what? You can have this. I'm done with this. I'm not dealing with you, you weird superhuman kid. And that's completely understandable. Percival's weird. And I like how Percival still has his serious side. Like, he literally asked them, hey, you know who Ironside is? And he just straight up says it. He's my father, and he killed my gramps. I'm all about the smoke right now. I'm about to mess my dad up if I can ever find him. And they're all like, huh? Your father? That's kind of wild, bro. If it sucks to sucks, I have no idea who that is. And the thing is, he's like, Percival doesn't necessarily know what he's doing right now. He's on a quest for revenge as Cat's ass, kind of, but he doesn't really know. He just wants to kick his dad's butt and get some answers. So, understandably so, Percival is obviously not very knowledgeable of anything. Like, you can see when he's so excited by the concept of a village, he gets all this happy energy with him, because apparently his grandfather literally taught him nothing other than fighting and some minor information, like how to speak and stuff like that. But other than that, he doesn't seem to know much of anything. And a thing that is to note is that his helmet is supposedly like ancient, which is weird. Like, when they say ancient, do they mean like ancient as in like, you know, olden times, or do they mean like a couple years? Because I feel like it really shouldn't have been that long since the end of Seven Deadly Sins, unless I'm mistaken. I know Percival's 16, and he's the son of a holy knight who's the grandson, and also the grandson of a holy knight, likely from the kingdom of Camelot. But Camelot was destroyed, so technically it could be a minute, because a lot of Camelot was destroyed. So I don't know. I'm not necessarily sure when the time period of this is, but the calling out of the helmet and cloak being ancient is what confuses me the most. Then we see we get their backstories, like they're all just failed holy knights. And then Percival gets interested because holy knight, and that's his dad. And then they go towards this village. This village is people running for help because there's a big wolf monster attacking. And big wolf monster, it's munching on buildings. And while the Donnie and friends turn around and be like, you know what? We don't want the smoke, wolf. You eat that house, you good wolf, you. Percival wants all the smoke here, and he hops right off the cart and goes to shoot the bow and arrow. Now, I'm not sure. Did he have this bow and arrow from the last chapter, or was this something they gave him? If he had it from last chapter, why does he not know how to shoot it? Is this like some pretext to his magical ability or something like that? Because he seems awfully bad at aiming. So if they gave it to him, which I may have missed, I can't really tell, then why would he keep it? And two, if they didn't give it to him, if he had it, why wasn't he taught how to shoot it? I don't know. That seems like a weird thing. I also don't get why he doesn't instantly like resort to close quarters combat, considering that seems like the thing he was mainly trained in. I know the wolf was big, but as we see later in the chapter, he just instantly stops it. I think this is kind of forced just to give Donnie's little character arc of coming in to save Percival, which once again, it's a relatively quick character arc, but obviously we had just met this character. I wasn't expecting them to drag this out very long. And I think Percival's whole, I'm going to shoot this thing instead of punching it like I punch everything else. I don't know. It feels kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Not weird, but forced to get like Donnie to come around and be a better person. But I understand, you gotta get quick character arcs out of the way, which is why I think these characters are gonna be kind of like the holy knights of the series, where they have a little bit of prevalence at first for like maybe like the first major arc, and then they're just gonna slowly fade into the background so they're not relevant anymore. And we see Percival just flex. He just flexes all over the giant wolf. He just catches its whole paw in one hand, crushes its toe bean, jumps into the air, leaps back, smacks the soul out of that thing. Golly, animal abuse, like PETA, someone call. But the thing is, we see all of that, and he defeated the wolf monster, and this mark fades off of it. And we cut back to the original wolf that Percival had met at the beginning of the chapter, and then we cut to another, and it's just a holy night. It's a holy night, and here's the thing. This is the most interesting part of the chapter for me, because that little mural in the background tells me a lot. Now, here's the thing. When you look at that mural in the background, you see Merlin, you see Arthur, who I initially mistook for Bond for some reason. I don't know. When I first read the chapter, I'm like, is that Bond? But then I looked at Excalibur, I realized, oh wait, that's Arthur. You see him slaying Cath, or absorbing Cath, and the thing is, you can also see what looks like Goddess Clan wings. And another thing that I have to note is that the mark on that wolf that faded away looks like a Demon Clan mark. And we know what Arthur was blessed with when he absorbed chaos, powers over light and darkness. So, now here's the thing. Theory crafter in me is going nuts right now. I'm going a little bit crazy, a little bit stupid. Because when I look at this, I'm like, wait a minute. So, we see that Ironside, when he does his little pointy thing, it's Goddess Clan symbols. It looks like he's firing out the light crosses that Ludishel used to have. And, Ludishel having light crosses Ironside having light crosses would mean he has access to light magic instead of just some random archetypal magic that he has based off the Earth's elements. And when we look at this new Holy Knight that we see at the end of the chapter, his crystal goes dark. Its viewing crystal goes dark. The wolf had what looked like a Demon Clan symbol on it. All of these things lead to me to believe that this guy is wielding a form of dark magic, aka darkness, which is something that humans, once again, didn't wield. That was mainly Demon Clan members. So, I don't know. What are these Holy Knights blessed with? Did Arthur change and amp them through using his chaos powers? Did he simply evolve the human race in a way? And it literally makes me ask questions. And another thing that makes me ask questions is, what is Percival? Because I'm leaning to, he could be a pure human. He could be, because we know Holy Knights are way, way, way stronger than your average human. However, he's also 16. So I'm not sure if he has the excuse to be this strong without being something else. So what are the likelihood of him being? I could see him being part goddess, mainly for the fact that, well, his dad seems to use light magic, and also he managed to heal up from that gigantic gash in his chest pretty darn quickly. He's also extremely durable, way more durable than a 16-year-old human should be, I feel like, even for the standards of 7 Deadly Sins. So, I don't know. I could really see that Arthur, in one way or another, went nuts and said, you know what? I'm making all my Holy Knights half goddess. I'm making all my Holy Knights half demon. Because it seems too strange for us to see this mural that has Goddess Clan wings on the back. Because it's relatively hidden too, because you see the main ones. You see Merlin, which is interesting because that means Merlin's still an active part of all this nonsense, which makes sense. Merlin doesn't really care about the world. Then you see Arthur, then you see Cath, but there's specifically the Goddess Clan wings, and I don't think they're growing out of this guy's back because he has a cape on. So I think that's literally part of the mural, and there are, really, if you think about it, there are no goddesses that were involved in Cath's defeat. But the 7 Deadly Sins were, but they're obviously not even mentioned here. They're not shown in that mural, but Goddess Clan wings are. So I'm thinking Arthur may have done some dark deeds with that chaos power of his. And another reason I think, I was wondering last chapter, hey yo Arthur, what happened, bro? Why are you mad out of character right now? For a person who wanted to create the perfect world, the perfect kingdom, you seem to be messing up a lot. Now that I'm looking at it, fact for fact, he did absorb Cath. He did not defeat Cath. Y'all gotta remember that. Cath was absorbed by Arthur. And what was Cath? Cath was the descendant of chaos that was based around malice, hatred, and destruction, disorder. So it could be a high possibility that Cath isn't actually dead and suppressed. He could be affecting Arthur right now. And if that's the case, that would kind of slap. I'm not even gonna lie. Because in my mind, the entire end of 7 Deadly Sins was really just a mess that set up 4 Nights of the Apocalypse. And as wild as it is, seeing a Holy Knight attack a village, it isn't the first time we've seen a Holy Knight attack a village in this universe. And it would also make sense that the Holy Knight that attacked this village is doing so under Arthur because of Cath's influence, and Cath would want to destroy things. That's what Cath does. And I think 4 Nights of the Apocalypse, this doesn't seem like a very apocalyptic world. Being completely honest with you, sure, people are down bad right now. We have the entire Cats troop being down bad, and of course, Percival was living up on God's finger with his grandfather because the Holy Knights went corrupt or something like that. But in terms of like apocalypse, what I expected this world to be, it doesn't really seem like there's much apocalypse going on. So I'm wondering where we're going with this. Is the world going to fall into an actual apocalypse? How much power does Arthur have, and how much control over that power does Arthur have? What happened to Arthur? And I think that's the main issue with doing a sequel series in general. As cool as the events that happen in the chapter are for our characters, meeting new characters, one of them going through a little arc, us seeing more Percival's superhuman strength, all that's cool. But since this is built on a foundation of a world that I already know rather well, I'm more intrigued on what got us here and what characters did to get us here. Because something tells me Merlin did something evil, and considering what Merlin did at the end of the last series, I'm not surprised she did. I'm surprised Arthur did. So I'm going to start leaning towards the Cath is influencing Arthur, because he absorbed Cath and didn't actually kill him. So I'm going to say that's the most likely scenario right now for why Arthur's gone nuts. And or he just went crazy trying to make a perfect kingdom. I like that a lot of y'all theories last time were just that Arthur literally just got too stressed out and started to make weird decisions because he just couldn't handle, one, all that new power that he had no one to teach him about, and two, all the pressures of creating a perfect world, and he ended up accidentally creating an apocalypse. So I actually would be really intrigued with either fashion or a mix of both. I'm interested. That's the thing. I'm mainly interested with where Four Knights of the Apocalypse is going. I can't wait to see how Percival befriends this dog, if he does, and I can't wait to see what this Holy Knight is actually doing. He can summon familiars and stuff like that. He seems to be wielding some type of dark magic. We know Ironside wields light magic. We see this entire mural that seems like some sort of a church mural. I'm very, very intrigued with what the world is doing. We are right now in the setup phase of Four Knights of the Apocalypse, and I can't wait to see where this setup leads. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the chapter. If I had to give the chapter a rating, I don't know. I like meeting new characters a lot, and even if their character arc does seem forced and kind of quick, I do like the idea of character arcs in general, meeting new characters. So I am going to give this chapter a solid 7, 8 out of 10. I just wish the Donnie arc wasn't so forced, and that's about it. Like, that's the only real issue I have with the chapter, and yeah, honestly, it's, you know what, no, this is a solid 8 to 9. This is an 8 to 9. Because it does a lot of the things that I like, and it makes me ask a lot of questions, and early on in the series, the more questions I'm asking, typically the better. So yeah, that's it. 8 to 9 out of 10. Tell me what you guys think about the chapter in the comment section down below, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off.